Want to own a business with a built-in brand, loyal customers, and proven systems? That's the power of being a franchisee. But is it actually profitable? In this video, I'll walk you through how franchising works, the pros and cons, and how much money you can realistically make as a franchisee. We'll cover everything from the initial investment to those juicy profit margins. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting your business journey, understanding the ins and outs of franchising is crucial. So grab your coffee, smash that like button, and let's dive in. Alright, let's break it down. What exactly is a franchisee? Imagine walking into your favorite fast food joint like say a Subway, you see the same logo, smell the same bread baking, and order the same Italian BMT you always get. Now picture yourself owning that Subway. You'd be a franchisee. You're a business owner running a location under an established brand's name. You use their systems, their recipes, their marketing, everything that makes them, well, them. But here's the catch. You pay for the right to operate their concept. It's like buying a business in a box, but you still run it as your own independent operation. Okay, so you're interested in becoming a franchisee, but how does it actually work? First things first, you're gonna need some serious cash. I'm talking about a franchise fee, which is usually a hefty sum of money, anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000 up front, just for the right to use their name and system. And that's just the beginning. You'll also need to fork over a significant amount for your total investment. This covers everything from equipment and inventory to leasehold improvements and working capital. We're talking anywhere from $100,000 for a simple operation like a Subway, all the way up to a whopping $2 million or more for a big-time McDonald's franchise. On top of all that, you'll also be paying ongoing royalties. This is usually a percentage of your gross sales, typically around 4 to 8%, that goes straight back to the franchisor. Alright, let's talk money. After all, that's why we're all here, right? The million-dollar question, or should I say multi-million-dollar question, is how much can you actually make as a franchisee? Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, the answer isn't so simple. It's not like a guaranteed salary. Your profit as a franchisee depends on a whole bunch of factors like the brand you choose, your location, how well you manage your costs, and of course, your ability to attract customers and keep them coming back for more. But let's break it down. Your franchise profit is essentially your revenue minus your costs, and those pesky royalties we talked about. The average net profit margins can vary widely, depending on the industry. Food franchises, for example, tend to have lower margins, usually around 8 to 15%. But service-based franchises like cleaning, fitness, or pet services can see margins as high as 15 to 30% or more. And then there are those high-end brands like your Chick-fil-A's and your Five Guys. Those can sometimes exceed a 20% profit margin. To give you some real-world examples, a Five Guys franchise owner could potentially rake in anywhere from $120,000 to $240,000 per year per store. Dunkin franchisees typically see around $100,000 to $250,000 in net profit per year. Subway, on the other hand, has lower margins, so you're looking at more like $30,000 to $70,000 per year. And then there's the king of fast food, McDonald's, where franchisees can potentially earn anywhere from $150,000 to over $500,000 per year. Chapter 4, The Upsides, Why Franchising Rocks. Okay, so we've covered the basics of what a franchise is and how it works. Now let's dive into the good stuff. Why would anyone want to become a franchisee in the first place? Well, for starters, franchising offers a proven business model. You're not starting from scratch, which means you're significantly reducing your startup risk. You're tapping into an established brand with a track record of success, proven systems, and a loyal customer base. Speaking of brand recognition, that's another huge advantage. When you become a franchisee, you're instantly associated with a brand that people already know and trust. Think about it. When you see those golden arches, you instantly think of McDonald's and their Big Macs. And it's not just the brand name you're also getting access to comprehensive training and ongoing support. Most franchisors provide extensive training programs to teach you the ins and outs of their business, from operations and marketing to customer service and financial management. Plus, they're usually there to offer ongoing support and guidance every step of the way. Another perk of franchising is that it's often easier to secure financing from banks and lenders. Chapter 5. The downsides, what to watch out for. Alright, we've talked about the good, but now it's time for a dose of reality. The downsides of franchising. Because let's be real, no business opportunity is perfect. One of the biggest drawbacks of franchising is the high upfront cost. Remember those franchise fees and total investment costs we talked about earlier? Yeah, those can be a major barrier to entry for many aspiring entrepreneurs. And once you're in, you're locked into their system. Franchising offers limited flexibility. You're essentially buying into a prepackaged business model, which means you don't have much room to get creative or put your own spin on things. You can't just decide to change the menu, add new products, or experiment with different marketing strategies. And then there are those ongoing royalties and advertising fees. Every month you'll be shelling out a percentage of your gross sales back to the franchisor, regardless of whether you're turning a profit or not. Your success as a franchisee is also heavily dependent on your location and your ability to manage the business effectively. A great franchise in a bad location is still a bad business. So, we've covered the pros and cons of franchising, but now the question is it right for you? Becoming a successful franchisee takes a unique combination of skills and qualities. First and foremost, you need to be business-minded, but also willing to follow the rules. You're essentially buying into a system, so you need to be comfortable operating within those guidelines. You also need to be a people person. As a franchisee, you'll be managing a team of employees, dealing with customers, and interacting with your franchisor. Strong communication and interpersonal skills are a must. Be prepared to put in the work. Especially in the early stages of your franchise journey, you'll need to be prepared to work long hours and wear multiple hats. Building a successful business takes time, dedication, and a lot of sweat equity. Financial discipline is crucial. You need to be able to manage your finances wisely, track your expenses, and make smart investments. So, you've made it to the end of the video, and you're probably wondering, is franchising the right path for me? Well, only you can answer that question. But here are a few things to consider. Are you okay with structure? Franchising offers a proven system, but it also comes with rules and limitations. Are you comfortable operating within those boundaries? Can you invest up front and wait to profit? Franchising requires a significant financial investment, and it can take time to recoup your initial costs and start seeing a return on your investment. Do you dream of owning multiple locations? Franchising offers the potential for multi-unit growth, allowing you to scale your business and increase your earning potential. And finally, would you rather own a proven brand or build your own from scratch? Franchising gives you the power of an established brand, but it also means playing by their rules. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to become a franchisee is a personal one. So, there you have it. We've covered a lot of ground in this video, from what a franchise is and how it works to the pros and cons, the financial realities, and what it takes to be successful. Remember, franchising can be an incredible opportunity to own your own business, leverage a proven system, and achieve financial freedom. But it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It takes hard work, dedication, and a willingness to follow the rules. Before you jump into any franchise opportunity, do your research, talk to other franchisees, and make sure you understand the terms of the agreement. So there you have it. Franchising can be a fantastic way to control your income and be your own boss. But it's not passive income. You'll need to be actively involved in the business to make it a success. Remember, you're not just buying a job, you're buying a whole business. Do your research, choose wisely, and be ready to put in the work. If you're looking to build long-term wealth, remember that real estate is still my #1 recommendation. I've got tons of videos on my channel about how to get started with real estate investing, from buying your first rental property to building a portfolio of cash-flowing assets. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more finance and business tips.